If you've been thinking about building a backyard space, a home gym, or even a hobby space, then don't skip this video because this building behind me has it all.
Welcome back, Pack.
Welcome back, Pack. Good morning. You know, it's a beautiful freaking morning here in Fort Worth, Texas. I'm actually on the way to our client John's house to showcase his beautiful tubular metal building. But Pack, man, if you've been working from home or just de-stressed, maybe you want like a home gym or just like a little hobby space or a workshop area, this is the video for you. Please do not skip this video because, man, Pack, this was packed with tons of ideas because, we just get busy in life. We get stressed out. We want a place, that we can just go out there and de-stress. And why not have it in your own backyard, a place where you can relax, you can chill, hang out with the family, or even just work on yourself. And that's exactly what our client John did, and I can't wait to show y'all. We actually built this building 3 years ago, so we're going back to see how our client has been using this space. I actually built the whole neighborhood, literally. There's plenty of videos where Advil, Sarah, they talked about price when it comes to some of these builds that we did in this exact neighborhood. Our whole family, so. And also, Pack, stay tuned for that giveaway question because I'll be dropping it in the middle of the tour. You can win yourself a flag or even a free Yeti. You know what, like one of these. You can't go wrong with a free Yeti bottle or a drinkware or maybe your morning coffee. And if anyone from Yeti who is watching this video that works for Yeti, let us know. We would love to collab with y'all. We would love to, work with y'all in giving these Yeti products because, man, this one here, I love it. I take it to the gym, I take it everywhere. I get Packed, we're about 8 minutes away. So sit back, relax, maybe get some popcorn, and let's get into the video. Alrighty, Pack. Wow, we have officially arrived here at John's property out in Midlothian, Texas. And man, what a spectacular tubular metal building we have sitting right in front of me. Man, very, very gorgeous. Now, before we dive into how our client John, is actually using the building today, let's first talk about what we built for him a little over 3 years ago, Pack. It's been exactly 3 years since we built this beautiful building, and we actually did basically almost the whole neighborhood. We did a metal building over there for, I guess, one of his nephews, and then one of his brothers. We did the other metal building over there. It's freaking crazy how the whole neighborhood came together, and they all said they want WolfSteel buildings. So, man, they made the right decision for that. But yeah, let's talk about the dimensions first, Pack. So what you're looking here is a 24-foot wide by 30-foot long by 12-foot high tubular metal building. We also paired that with a 12-foot wide by 24-foot long lean-to that runs the gable end of the building. So whenever you hear the term gable end, it's always gonna be on this side where the peak of the metal building is at. It just looks freaking spectacular. It feels like I'm in a resort. But one thing I immediately noticed when, pulling up to our client's location, pulling up to the building, John went with all horizontal, as you can see here, which is standard on our tubular metal building lines. He went with, the colors Quaker gray for the walls, and then black roof, a black trim, black gutters, and downspouts as well. He also tied it all together with the two-tone wainscot, and it just matches his home overall aesthetic. For our client John, he has like a grayish, white, and black home. It's a beautiful combination. It's a color that really just matches well with any type of home. So yeah, going into the wainscot, right? So not only does it look really nice, I mean, it looks very sharp, but also it's not an additional fee when doing the horizontal wainscot. The reason why is because the way the ribbons go, as you can see, the way these ribbons go on the middle panels, our crew just comes in and they just overlap over the other panel. Compared to the vertical where there's, an additional fee because of that Z trim or the girt, we have to place that so we can attach those metal panels onto the frame. And apart from that, we have to do an additional layer without the cutting on site because, again, this isn't art, right? So even 3 years later, when the client chose the horizontal panels, it still looks spectacular. So for the windows, I believe he has 3 windows all the way around. What we have here is a 9x8 insulated overhead door as well, and just coming up here with the whole layout, right? Our client drives up here. Probably he doesn't park a vehicle because it'll be a tight squeeze, right? But he goes in there and maybe parks his lawnmowers or anything like that, maybe ATVs as well. It's a good space to do that. yes, let's work our way into this lean-to area, because again, this is what basically makes the whole layout of the backyard right here, what we have, so stunning. Even walking up here as well, it feels like I'm going into a resort, like a getaway, like an escape, almost like my own den or zen, how you would say it. But man, the shade feels so much cooler in here as well. You know, out in the sun, it's summertime, Pack, so it's starting to heat up, and I'm wearing pants today. It was in the cool upper 70s, maybe low 80s this morning, but now it's definitely picked up, and now I'm sweating. But anyways, Pack, our client John upgraded to the cedar post. We have this whole header, right? If we weren't able to do the, the header, there would be, every 5 feet there'd be a leg, right, going across or going up and down, each one vertical. And also there's the base row as well, but our client John decided to have this open, right? Open so he can, maybe watch his grandkids play around, maybe when they come over, watch his dogs. He has some beautiful dogs as well. And just be out in the backyard and, running around in the grass. And say in the future, if he does, do a pool out here, he can definitely have that space, to walk in and out, and there won't be no disturbance when going through, going over like a base row or anything like that. So, and again, this space it's really nice because even our client added some chairs here where you can just relax and just like take in the shade, get away from that everyday work life where you're just constantly running around, you're constantly working, and you just need a space to just get away, de-stress. Maybe grill some food, grill some barbecue. I don't know, Pack. The possibilities under this lean-to are endless as well. You can do so much. You have a good amount of space, and just have a good time. Even with having some speakers out here, maybe up in each corner. I'm telling you, you can have a whole party over here. The party. That's just me, Pack. Having a good party. You can have a great time. And underneath everything is the concrete foundation. One of the most important parts of a metal building structure is the foundation. So our client went with the 24 feet by 42 feet. Comes with the perimeter footings as well, internal footings, the vapor barrier and control joints. So right before we go inside, we're almost there. We're almost at the inside. I want to talk about the elevation as well. So the site itself was actually, about 18 inches off level. It required, additional, the footings to go deeper to properly, support the building and account for, that elevation change. That's why we have these steps, right? And that's why you can see how the elevation kind of changes. And it was pretty off level. So shout out to our concrete team who did these steps and who did the foundation, because they sure did an amazing job, and makes this building just pop out even more with those steps.
A new project can be tedious. Finding the correct contractor for your concrete, building, insulation, etc. It's a lot. We know. We've seen it from various customers, which is why we've combined everything in one place just for you. We handle everything for you to make sure you have your building your way. We do tubular and red iron metal buildings, bolt-ups to weld-ups, concrete, site preparation, demolition work, polished concrete, polyura, or concrete coatings, permitting assistance to make sure you are clear with the city and HOA, various insulation options like spray foam, fiberglass, and solar reflective insulation, gutter system, custom accessories to stand out against your neighbor, custom overhead and roll-up doors, cedar posts or encasements, various service door options or windows to match your aesthetics, mezzanines or balconies available, or bolt-ups to give you that additional vertical space. Electrical is in the beta and available close to our office here in Fort Worth, Texas. Limited landscaping options and masonry to match your home or get that HOA approval. Everything you need in one place. Whether you're a business owner needing warehouse space, or a car enthusiast needing a garage, or just anyone looking for a strong custom metal building, we've got you covered. Our clients choose not because we're the cheapest, but because of what we stand for. Keep in mind, we do not service outside of our service areas. We do not provide just materials or just metal building kits. We don't just do concrete or spray foam. We do full turnkey Texas metal building projects. If you fall within our service area, contact us today. If not, I hope our channel can help you with your metal building project.
Alrighty, Pack. Now before we go inside and see what our client John has been working on for his space, the giveaway question. So if you were to do this metal building, what would you build it out for? You know, what would you do in the inside? What would you do in the outside? Like, let us know. Drop that answer down in the comment section. You know, there's no right or wrong answer. Maybe you add like a sauna, maybe you add like a cold plunge area, a recovery area. I don't know. Just let us know in the comment section, and we'll be picking a winner next video. And that deadline is Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. So get your answer in time, and we'll pick a winner. Let's go check out what our client has been doing on the inside, because it's spectacular. It's a nice home gym, workout area, hangout spot. Man, it looks freaking nice in here. This is what you get for the 24 by 30 pack. So that's roughly around 700 square feet, 720 around there. And our client has been doing an awesome job in the inside. He's obviously done with, you know, building out the inside of his building as well. He had a vision, and that vision was, you know, to turn this area into his own, you know, just workout gym, you know, a workout area. He has the mats down there. So maybe again, if you're into jiu-jitsu like me, you can, you know, you can work on these mats, you know, do your, you know, get your rolls in. I don't know, but you can definitely do some yoga in these mats as well. So he wanted a space, you know, he could work out. You know, as you get older, you know, you tend to lose on your health and the importance of your fitness. So our client, you know, is very adamant about fitness. So he wanted to have his own little home gym area. So, but let me show you around. So right over here, our client, you know, has a TV. He has a treadmill over here. You know, summer times, the summer runs are starting to heat up. But hey, how about you come inside here, you turn the TV on, maybe put some UFC fights, some McGregor highlights. Nani? And you can definitely start running, get him some miles in on this treadmill. That's something I would do, definitely. And then, yeah, our client also has, you know, a bench area where he's lifting his weights, maybe, you know, recovery, maybe stretching. He has a row machine on this side. So this row machine, it's freaking nice. You can definitely get a great workout in here. And it's just a good space. You know, it feels really, really good. We did not do the spray foam pack, just to let you know. Our client did outsource the spray foam. But I mean, it came out nice. It came out really nice. On this side, our client, you know, has like a little office area. Maybe he works on his tools, equipments, things that he needs to repair. So again, just freaking, what a nice space pack. And something that you're probably seeing here, you know, and you're probably wondering, is this it? Is this the 24 by 30? No, not exactly, Pack. This is not it. This is not the whole building. So what we have here is a partition wall. So this comes into play. You know, instead of, you know, having one large open room, it allowed John, you know, to separate his building into two distinct areas, you know, each with its own, you know, purpose. You know, this area right here, again, like I mentioned, the gym area, the hangout area, you know, the recovery area. Now in the other side of the partition wall, he wanted more for storage, you know, keep all his equipment. So now things to keep in mind is that, you know, when you add a partition wall like this one, this is considered like an upgrade, and it does add to the overall cost of your project. So again, the reason why is, you know, essentially we're building another wall inside the building. You know, that means additional square tubing for, you know, for the framing, additional paneling, the labor, everything else, you know, into creating this finished wall system. Again, that's really the beauty of these custom metal buildings. You know, not every customer is going to need a partition wall. So someone, you know, a large open space, or maybe you do want a partition wall. You want to, you know, separate your rooms into like an office, a workshop area, a hobby area, and then that's something we can definitely make it happen. Like exactly what we did here for a client. Client has a little AC system as well. So again, at the end of the day, Pack, you know, the building should fit your lifestyle, your needs, and your budget. So, but now going into the other side of the partition wall, let's go check it out. Man, it feels like you're walking into two different buildings, two different worlds. Freaking nice. Wow. This is the area where our client, you know, was gonna keep all his storage, just keeping all his storage. Like I mentioned, the partition one does a great job. As you see here, we have the framing for the partition wall and then all the storage right here. So when I was speaking to our client, John, yeah, he basically wanted a space, you know, just two different spaces. One for his keeping the storage like what we have here, and one for, you know, working out. You know, he has all his tool equipment, lawnmower as well, where he, you know, he has to cut the grass. This area is more like a workshop, bench, maybe charge your batteries. And then on this side, you know, he hangs all the equipment, lights, you know, the shovels, all the axes, everything that he needs, you know, to work on his lawn, his property. So here in Texas, you know, we take our lawns pretty seriously, so we gotta definitely keep up with it. So, and like I was mentioning, this 9x8 overhead door pack, all you do is just click a button and it opens, and it's gonna be opening up. And yeah, it's gorgeous. And one thing I did want to notice, I did want to talk about as well, is that even the spray foam. Our client, when he did his own spray foaming, he went with, you know, adding just the regular spray foam, the regular color, which is the yellow, almost mustard looking like color. And yeah, you can opt in. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I'm more of a white ice gray. But if you're gonna be covering up these walls, then the painted spray foam would not be really much that you need. But here our client is not covering it up. He's just, you know, keeping it exposed, and it works for our clients. So this is where, you know, like I was mentioning, our client can come out and, you know, maybe if he needs to park a small vehicle in here, he can definitely park that vehicle. Like I was mentioning, you got the notch edge detail right here. Our client brought in these doors. Again, Pack, it's important that if you want to bring in your own doors, make sure that you let us know the specs, because again, we fabricate our tubular metal buildings out in Weatherford. So make sure they're on site as well whenever we start building the building. And that way, you know, everything fits and is aligned perfectly and we make the right cutout. So, well, there you have it, Pack. Thank you so much for tuning in. It was such a blast, you know, getting to tour this awesome, beautiful tubular metal building. You know, it came out spectacular. Just 3 years later, our client has done so many great things. Man, I can't wait for what else he's gonna be doing to his backyard space. You know, he has room to, you know, to make a pool, maybe, you know, a little lounge area for outside the pool. The possibilities are pretty much endless, and man, this beautiful metal building, you know, came out fantastic. So shout out to everyone who worked on this awesome building 3 years ago. So the whole team, we've been going very strong as a team. And again, thank you, John, for, you know, for allowing me to come out and record this awesome building as well. I appreciate when clients, you know, they welcome me into their doors, into their metal building, and show me around of what they've been working on, because that's something that we want to, you know, showcase more in these videos, is what can you do with the metal building. It's not just a metal box, and how can you make it into your own space. Possibilities are really endless. Whatever you can envision, we can make it come to life. All you have to do is just reach out to our sales team, reach out to the Wolf Pack, and we'll get you taken care of. But that's about it, Pack. I'm probably gonna get something to eat, because, you know, it's about that time now. It's a time to start eating some food. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Alrighty, Pack, it's giveaway time. Our favorite segment of our videos, when we love giving back to our viewers, back to our subscribers, and back to our Pack. So, Pack, in our previous video, we dropped a question. The giveaway question is, there's a specific food item that originated here from Athens, Texas. So if you know me, you probably already know it's one of my favorite food items. So comment that answer down below in the comment section. And that answer was for the hamburgers. So one of our favorite meals, one of my favorite staple meals when I have a cheat meal, is a hamburger. And that was originally what Athens was known for, was the birthplace of the hamburger. So we had 3 lucky participants drop their answers right before the cutoff time on Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. So for those 3 lucky participants, now is the time for the spin the wheel and see if you want a free Yeti cup or a free WolfSteel flag or a hat. Spin that wheel, you know. Drum roll, please. Who is gonna be the winner? And the winner is 808 Class 2. If I'm saying that right, 808 Class 2, congratulations, you are the winner. So make sure you send us a message, and we'll also be reaching out to you, so you can, you know, send us all your information, and we can ship those, or ship that item out to you. So again, congratulations to 808 Class 2. And for everyone that participated, thank you so much. We know we love giving away awesome giveaways. Make sure you stay tuned for the next giveaway, and we'll see you in the next one. Let's go.
What's up, Pack? Remember to stay up to date with everything that we're up to by checking out our social media. You can find us at WolfSteel Buildings for behind the scenes action. We share our latest projects, update on what the team is working on, and all the exciting progress happening in real time. Don't miss out on the action, and remember to give us a follow.